Hi, today we're going to discuss literacy assessment terminology. I'm Ashley Maynard, and I'm going to be helping you with that, and my contact information is available. So why do we have so many assessments anyways? We use a lot of different forms, and these are to help us get a better idea of the child as a whole, looking at different areas and different um, domains. Being able to do this allows us the ability to better know our students and to know what we need to teach. So we use these literacy assessments with reading, writing, and spoken word. We like to use diagnostics. Here in the District for Literacy, we use DIBELS for the younger grades. Summative assessments, those are for the end of module, the foundation unit test, and presentations. You'll do those throughout the year. And then formative assessments, these are done regularly, probably every week, through observations, exit tickets, quizzes. Sometimes you might take a formative assessment grade on like some student work that they did independently. Um, Language assessments, we use these to understand the language of the student, how they understand our language and how they communicate it back. We do this through testing them, their listening, speaking, reading, and writing skills. This assessment allows us to assess the skill level, knowing whether the student is behind, on level, or ahead. It also lets us know like if there's strength in their speaking, so they might need some more oral assessments, or if their strength is writing, we'll be able to see that. We also use this when diagnosing disabilities with our IEP babies and letting them get those retested throughout the years. Every so many years they'll take that. Probably about 2 or 3 years they'll take another one. But we also use this when we're assessing to see if they qualify. So they might be struggling in school, a couple grade levels behind. These language assessments allow us to see really where their developmental skills are. We also use this with our ESOL students to see where they are in their home language compared to in English. So the big one that we use is diagnostic testing. I really like looking at the data for these because when it comes in at the end of the year, you can see how much growth they made, which is different than the other, like the summative tests. So we give these multiple times throughout the year. MOI is for the middle of the year, and the reason I put that first is you get a lot of information there. You now know your student, you've been working with them for a while, and you can see how they're learning using that data then to launch them to the end of the year. So we also have our beginning of the year data and our end of the year data, and that's where we compare how much growth did they make? Did they make a full year's growth? And then we, of course, progress monitor off of this information. We set growth goals, and we do direct instruction through small group, through remediation and intervention. So that remediation is when we take our students, we use the data from their assessments, often the summative assessments, and we use it to inform our instruction. We take it, we reteach the topic where they missed some information. We're not reteaching the whole lesson. We're not doing the exact same lesson. We're focusing in just on that standard they missed or that one topic. We're teaching it a little bit different, and then this can be done whole group, small group, or individual, depending on the needs of the individual class. We also use intervention. We do this to inform our instruction as well. Intervention is a little different than remediation. Where remediation, we're doing a reteach. Intervention is where there is missing information. A student might have missed a standard from the year before. They might have a disability and they need that extra support. So we look at it and we do small groups and individuals with targeted instruction. So let's say we're working on blends and the student just is not getting it because they don't have the letter sound recognition. So then we would go into their intervention, take them back a step, work on letter naming sounds, and once they get those, then we will move them forward again. So they might stay behind a little bit as we progress. The goal is with this extra intervention, they'll start catching up on the grade level along with the things that they're missing. So we use it like that. Then, of course, progress monitoring. This is super important. They're frequent check-ins so we can see their growth. They're quick, they're meaningful, and then they provide us data so we can regroup the kids, regroup their interventions, remediation, and the planning so that we're able to say, okay, this child got it, these 3 didn't, this one can move up a group, down a group, depending on the skills. And then also lets us know for remediation. Now they got the skill, we're ready to move on. They don't need any more. Or they didn't quite get it, now we need to do a third reteach. If there's anything I can help you with, any questions on assessments, how to administer the assessments, you need to watch me do it, that's fine. How do we review the data? How can we create groups? I'm here to do all of that with you. We'll set up a time and we'll go through it and dig in deep. Again, here's my contact information, and then here's some other resources that you can access on your own just to get a little bit more information on the topics covered. Thank you. Have a great year.